As I recently talked about, all eyes have been on Gabbie Hanna in her TikTok account recently. She has posted hundreds of videos in the last week talking in riddles, screaming, and blasting music, also inviting strangers into her home, and it has concerned a lot of people. She's even criticized those that have said that she was quote unquote manic.
Believe it or not, guys, it doesn't take that long for me to take these TikToks. Like, oh my God, she posted 100 TikToks, she's manic. It's at the tip of our fingertips. I literally open the phone, press a button, and talk. You guys have been talking about me all day, and I've been talking to you all day. Are you manic? Because you guys have not shut the up about me. I'm doing something productive and creative. Are you? Or are you just talking about my art?
Gabbie has quite the online image, but this time felt very different to a lot of people, and they've been worried by the things that she's been saying and doing in these videos, to the extent that those who have seen them were urging those close to her to assist her in some way, and it's even caused for some people to reach out to the authorities in her area for help. Wednesday morning, Gabbie was posting content as she had been when a stranger from TikTok Googled her address and decided to knock on her door. She let him inside to use the restroom and began filming content with him, as she thought he was just some nice guy who randomly was lost outside of her home. She soon kicked him out after realizing he did know who she was, and he left. He had posted tons of content inside her home and was snooping through her things. He went live after to say that he was just trying to help, but has been trying to do as many interviews as possible following him going to her home. This invasion of privacy and just this sick behavior of thinking it was okay to Google her address and go inside and film her home is extremely disturbing, and disturbed the entire internet who was watching it happen live. It also worried people because as soon as he left, Gabbie had stopped posting on TikTok. So worry grew and grew as to what was going on inside her home. It was reported later that day, after a large number of calls had been made to LAPD in regards to Gabbie's well-being, officers were sent to check on her for a psychological evaluation. They reportedly claimed that Gabbie was not posing a threat to herself or anyone else, so they just let her be in her home. The next day, Gabbie was back to posting as she had been, tons of videos, and she did talk about the cops showing up at her home for an evaluation, as well as discussing the stranger that showed up at her home. And it seemed like she had really realized what had happened and was very disturbed and very uneased by what had occurred. She said in a post on TikTok, "Yesterday, a man came to my door asking for my restroom. I was on the phone with my hometown girlie, so I let him in. I had him say his name out loud and pointed out it was so lucky my friend got to join us in prayer on the phone. I offered him some coffee. He didn't drink any. He must have realized he'd be leaving behind DNA. Luckily, he still left me his fingerprints, his face, and his name. I was then cuffed and detained by 5 officers who busted into my house through the back door because I exercised my free speech and religion. They then sent 2 psych evaluation specialists who almost dragged me off to a hospital, but luckily I'm smart, educated, kind, and brave. If he was going to attack me, thank you, my God, for giving me the honor of taking that bullet. My faith in you, my Lord, is why I will always show kindness to a stranger, because God saves no matter what, even if I #the world or trying. I keep trying to tell y'all, believe me or don't, only women come twice." In several other videos, she mentioned there had been several times where they had shown up at her home to check on her, and she both thanked the officers and also criticized them.
God bless you, officers, and thank you for your service. Can I please tell you guys that when I was like, why am I in cuffs? They were like, so you posted like 100 TikToks. And I was like, okay. And they were like, people are calling us. And I was like, so I'm arrested? One of the things the officers, actually almost all of the officers, asked me over and over and over again is, you know, the reason we're here is we just have to make sure that you don't want to hurt anyone or yourself. And I just laugh and say, no, I don't want to hurt anybody. I literally died for them again. Hello? And then they ask me again. And then they send more people. One time I was in the shower, had to come out, was standing out on my porch, dripping wet in my towel. One time I was at Trader Joe's, they asked me if I could come home for them to make sure I was okay. They come at 4 a.m. and I keep telling them I'm fine. They say, are you okay? My life is a constant state of vacation. I'm enlightened. Are you okay?
Later in the week, she detailed more police experiences as they kept paying her a visit, asking if she was endangering herself or others. She said, I think the LAPD forgot I told them I have cameras everywhere before they did their illegal break-in and search without a warrant. You know, right before they cuffed and detained me without reason after I asked, mocked me, and demeaned me in my home. What made me laugh was all 5 grown-ups flinched every time 5'5", 155-pound little old me in my skin-tight workout clothes. They flinched every time I shifted, even a little. It's almost like they're afraid I have superpowers.
So right before the cops busted in my back door, all on camera and documented, obviously, they came in and they did a quick little search. And then I came down the stairs. They wouldn't tell me why I was being detained. They cuffed me. And then they demanded that I drink water. I said I didn't want any. They demanded that I drink water. So I had to drink water behind my back, and I took a sip, and they said, no, drink more water. So I spilled a little on my chest, and he put his hand on his hip as if he was gonna me. And he said, I said, drink the water. Don't spill water on yourself. I said, officer, I'm in my own home. I like the water feeling on my body. Why does it scare you that I just put water on my chest? I'm in my own home with my hands cuffed behind my back with 5 bullies with guns illegally searching and detaining me with no answers at all. They wouldn't let me do anything else. They wouldn't let me talk. Well, they would, but they mocked me the whole time. And then they started getting a little scared because of the, well, officer, why don't you tell them the definition of civics? Do you believe that you've met your civic duty when you broke in, did an illegal search, and cuffed me? And I literally told you guys, I have it on camera. If you forget, I'll show you. You said, do you have any cameras? Are you recording? Can you put your phone down? I said, of course, I have cameras everywhere. Duh. And by the way, the 2 officers that just once again entered my backyard and refused to leave, they just want to know if I'm okay. Are we okay?
Tell them.
We're fine. I told them I'm hanging out in my backyard with a friend, smoking. He brought his instruments and his dogs. Can I exercise my right to free speech in the United States of America and express and practice my religion? Or should I move back to the Middle East like you want us immigrants to do? Oh, it was my ancestors that were immigrants. Or am I, oh right, I'm white. Or Middle Eastern, or whatever it is I'm supposed to be, right?
She clarified to people that she had not expressed harm to others or herself and wanted to make it clear because there had been so many cops coming to her home to check on her, and she seemed like she did not want that to happen anymore.
Just a friendly reminder, I have yet to threaten harm on myself. I have yet to threaten harm on anybody else. No, really. If you disagree, go find where I threatened harm on myself or anybody else. I'll be waiting. We'll be waiting.
Honestly, these cop stories sound really horrifying. Them trying to get in her home and make her drink water with her hands behind her back. It just doesn't make sense to me how they were going to try to get her to drink water with her hands behind her back. It's all just very scary and very worrisome. A lot of what Gabbie has been saying throughout these videos is all very much surrounding religion. A lot of her videos are referencing God as dad and talking about priests she's talked to, this new church she's been going to, and books she's been reading recently, saying she has superpowers now. And that is what is really concerning people, is this mindset that she seems to be in these TikToks. Although she's combated a lot of that worry. Like I said, she's been saying she's just exercising freedom of speech, freedom of religion. She's also called this her art. So it sounds like she doesn't want people to be concerned, especially if that means cops are going to be at her door and the experiences that she's been having with them hasn't been the best. And she's mentioned before that she's kept her phone on airplane mode here and there, so I imagine it's hard for people close to her to get in touch with her, but she obviously doesn't have it on all the time because she is posting on TikTok regularly. And it does sound like she has been in contact with some friends, as she says she's been on the phone with them. She's had friends come over, but that is what has been going on with Gabbie as of right now. A lot of people have been wondering and just hoping for any sort of help, but so far it seems like that help has come and not been very helpful, or at least it hasn't changed what people have been seeing on TikTok that has made them worried. But hopefully that changes. So that's what's going on. I love you guys. I hope you guys are all good in your lives. Sending so much love, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.